All right, everybody, we're all here. We're back after months of not uploading any shit to this channel, especially not podcasts, because I don't know why. No, I actually know why, but I'm not going to tell you why. It's been a while, but we're back, and I had an idea earlier. I was telling you guys right before we hit record a couple of minutes ago that I'm going to actually start editing the audio slowly but surely as the weeks go by, and I'm going to add little audio bits here and there to make the show better. And what the first thing I'm gonna add, starting with this episode, is there's this wrestling song from years ago that goes "I'm back," and I'm gonna add that because celebrate the fact that we're all back, and not only that, we're more packed than ever because we have more people that are here for the call and more people that are here on the show. So without further ado, not that anybody's gonna listen to this comeback episode just yet, but just you wait and see in the weeks to come. That's gonna change. I'm Juan. First of all, we have Devoni in here, we have Bree, we have Jonathan, and we have Sleeping Beauty herself, Javier, who just joined us right before we hit record. And yeah, I thought we might crap on him a little bit, because he earned it. He earned it. He said he was busy. How are you guys doing today?
I'm okay. I'm kind of hungry.
Tired.
Pretty damn good.
And Sleeping Beauty is sleeping because he didn't say anything.
Sleeping Beauty, yeah, look, Sleeping Beauty, in typical Sleeping Beauty fashion, just went back to fucking sleep.
Can you give us anything to work with, like snore or something,
Oh.
God
But
damn it.
I'm back. I'm no longer Sleeping Beauty. Don't worry.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
Just watch, give it a bit.
I'm
Okay.
Beauty now.
That was awake ugly.
All right. Well, you might claim that you're not Sleeping Beauty anymore, but what we do know for a fact is that in PUBG Mobile, you're still a dick because you go off on your own and you end up killing us all. So there's that. Is there anybody that disagrees with that
I'm
statement?
not Sleeping Beauty anymore. I'm fucking Coma Beauty.
More like awake ugly.
Fuck.
All right. So I just want to say real quick that this is the Unlimited Bits podcast, the UBP of the UBG on the Unlimited Bits Gaming channel, which means that the main theme of the podcast is gaming, just as a nice little reminder, but there are no notes that I have written down or that anybody else has written down. There's no format to the show just yet. The plan is to slowly
Come
but
on,
surely...
please. This is scripted. Don't lie to the people.
Wait, hey, I'm trying to
Every
sell...
single bit was scripted.
I'm trying to sell people
They deserve to know.
No, I'm trying to sell people on this thing like it's wrestling. We pretend that it's real, but we actually know that it's not because we're on the inside and they're not. And you guys
We
just
already know the outcome of this podcast, okay?
And John is really John Cena.
Oh, yeah, this entire time,
That's
you
why he's
know
never
me,
here.
John
Because he's so
Cena.
busy.
Yeah, look,
That new movie
John
coming out?
Cena. Oh, dude, it's not even that. You guys know the Fred movie? That's why I've been busy. My entire career was to get into that Fred movie. John Cena? Oh, yeah, you already know.
John, I heard you're hosting the Kids' Choice Awards.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know because I don't watch that show. Did you do good?
This entire thing is scripted, can you tell?
Yes, it is. And that's why it's such a high.
100%.
That's why it's such a high quality show because the quality just like it makes your ears go off and you feel it. It goes in your ears. It's processed in your brain, but you feel it in your soul.
That's some shit, like some sort of like they do at the churches, and they say, you feel it in your soul, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not my soul. That's my fucking breakfast.
I'm with you all the way, Bonnie. I can't disagree with that. Is anybody else drinking anything? Because I got my soda here. Because if we're gonna do all this talking, remember how you guys, how in the past the idea was to get like an hour or so of this shit done, but now I'm thinking, okay, maybe we're gonna remove that because there were times in the past in which we struggled to make it to an hour, and then we just babble on and shit. And I'm thinking, look, we're gonna talk and we're gonna do as much time as we do until we feel like we're running low on steam or ideas, and we're like, okay, hey, does anybody else have anything else to say? And then if everybody's like, oh no, okay, we've been here a little while, I think we're good. And then boom, that's when we hit end. And if there's gonna be outro music for this bitch, then that's gonna play at the end.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Jonathan, I remember a while back before we stopped doing this thing a couple of months ago, you suggested that we add music like to the background of this shit. Do you still think we should do that?
Yes, I did.
All right. Well, what are your suggestions for background music for this shit?
I already said. Okay, you guys. I already said Hydro City's on Act 2, and that's what I'm going with. Okay, that's it.
Well,
or any Kirby song. Like seriously, have you? Okay. First discussion. All right. If any of you would play Kirby,
just put Guile's theme in the back. It runs with everything. There you go.
Oh, you fucking no. It's gotta be Kirby music.
Kirby era music is like the best.
All Kirby music is good. Like there's not a single Kirby game that has like bad music. It all sounds amazing, really.
True. Like I even remember the music from like Kirby and the Crystal Shards for the N64. So good.
Yeah, it is so good. So I second all those suggestions because I like all of that music too. Hey, Body brought up Kirby Air Ride, and when my sister, when Javier was here a couple of weeks ago, and he got her all hyped for rehacking the Wii again, and she downloaded a bunch of GameCube games on the Wii, so that's been pretty cool because now the Wii's been getting more love than it had been getting for like a year straight. Like it was just abandoned for the most part, and we would just use the GameCubes that we have here in the house. And I saw on the website that she was downloading the freaking ROMs from that Kirby Air Ride was one of the files that was there. And I was gonna tell her, hey, get that because I've heard that's a really good game and I've never actually played it. And no doubt the music's gonna be good. And I remember I saw a clip or two of it on YouTube years ago. God knows what channel it was on. I can't remember, but it looked really freaking cool. And that's one of those underrated GameCube games that nobody talks about when they talk, some of the old-time great GameCube games of years ago.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you haven't played it. It's like my childhood. I love that game so much.
Wait, which game?
Trial is like Kirby Air Ride.
I've never played it. You see, I've been looking for a copy. Oh god, there's a crucifix. Like, I'm about to be crucified. I'm sorry. Look,
you and I both.
I've never found a copy. Like, in my life, I've never seen a single copy of Kirby Air Ride.
Excuses. Steal it from somebody.
And I tried emulating it on the Wii, and it didn't work.
No emulators. You need the real thing.
Well, I haven't fucking found the real thing, so it sounds like
then look online.
Some shit.
Hey,
but you know what? I'm gonna do that right now. Fuck it.
Bree, let me ask you.
I'll even find stuff.
Let me ask you a question, Bree. Do you currently have a copy of Kirby Air Ride?
Yes.
Okay, so here's a suggestion for you.
Okay, no balls. Put it into the chat.
What? Oh, like a picture of it?
Yeah, send a picture of it. In fact, since Juan People is gonna be fucking uploading shit like music. Upload that photo right now.
I'll do it right now. Let me take a picture. I will take a picture. Devoni has played it. She knows. I will do it. I think I am enough evidence to say that it is. She has it in her possession because everybody trusts me because I am a lovable human being, and I would never lie in my life ever. Therefore,
I hope you get your ass eaten now, Bonnie.
Well, this is a family-friendly chat. A family-friendly podcast. I don't even know.
Hey, Bonnie, I'm gonna need you to get out of my Christian group chat.
There you go.
What?
I just looked it up. The game is $30.
$30 is $30.
Wow, that's actually pretty cool.
Honestly, I really do recommend it as a game. I feel that it is fun for the whole family, and you don't really have to be you don't have to be into the whole Kirby series to get into it. Because honestly, I've only played like one Kirby game, like a little bit, and I still had so much fun playing Kirby Air Ride.
Well, if Bonnie says
I'll get around to it.
If Bonnie says that it's that good,
that.
and Bree says that it's that good, and Bree just sent us the photo in the chat, then yeah, we do gotta play. Again. What makes? Let me ask you and Bree a question though, Bonnie. What exactly makes Kirby Air Ride so good?
I think it's a lot of fun because it's not just one element. You can run around and you basically, the city trial, which is our favorite part of the game.
I love that one. I've completed all the achievements for it.
It's like this precursor to the actual racing part of the game where you basically collect as many power-ups as you can and you interact with other characters. Yeah, and then you get to choose some different vehicles in that area too. And basically what power-ups you get in the city trial reflects how your car is and how your character is in the actual race of the game.
And she always gets mad at me, and other people that usually play the game with me get mad because I always know how to find like the legendary vehicles.
Yeah, I'm usually stuck with like the Chinese takeout box.
You always go to that one.
Like usually if I know I'm gonna lose because she has like 500 health and like 50,000 speed or whatever, then I'm just gonna like give up and then go and get the fucking Chinese takeout box, which is really super slow.
You do the same fucking shit with Mario Kart.
Well,
as soon as you see that you're losing, you start going in the reverse direction.
See, so if I do that, do I actually lose though? Because in an alternate universe, I could have won, you know. So therefore, I never lost in the first place.
See what I gotta deal with.
In general, I really do recommend it as a game. Kirby fanatic or longtime fan or not.
I'll definitely keep that in mind. I mean, I've never played it, so I might as well get around to it. So yeah, I mean, there's actually, speaking of which, there's a new Kirby game out right now that actually looks pretty cool. Star Allies.
Star Allies.
It's like the Royale one, right?
No. There's a new one on Switch. Star Allies. That's what it's called.
I don't remember seeing, or maybe I probably have, but I don't remember. I don't know. It's just I feel like a lot of freaking Kirby games have been released these past couple of years, so I probably have seen a video or two about it. But what's the new? What are the new tricks in that game?
Well, the thing in this game is apparently they're bringing back that whole mixing abilities thing, and they're bringing back 4-player like from Return to Dreamland. So that's cool. You can even play as old bosses and stuff. Like you can. They're adding DLC for free, like just like more characters for your friends to play as or you. Like they even added Marks from fucking Superstar Ultra, so that's cool. They added all 3 of the little animals from like Kirby's Adventure. I can't remember which one it was. The one for Game Boy with the little like owl and the little hamster and shit. Stuff like that.
I'm actually not sure which one that is.
Yeah, it actually looks pretty fucking fun. I'm gonna look into it someday.
I'm so outdated on Kirby games. The newest one I have is Air Ride.
Ooh, fuck.
Yeah, like I said, I'm outdated on Kirby.
What year?
I think I have like 3 Kirby games.
Which ones
are
those?
I'm outdated on all games.
Which 3 Kirby games do you have?
Well, I have Air Ride. I have Kirby and the Crystal Shards for the N64, and then I have I think it's like that Mirror one for Game Boy. Let me look it up real quick.
Oh, Kirby and the Maze Mirror?
Yeah, that might be it.
All right. That's probably it because
I didn't like that one too much, but yes, still, it's good.
Yeah, that's probably it because I have the first Kirby game for the GameCube, and it's like a pristine little cartridge, and I love that thing. The game's really freaking short, but it's fun. Now that we've had all this talk about Kirby, I just remembered something. I don't remember what day it was exactly, but sometime one of these past nights, this past week, I had a I think I had multiple dreams during the night when I was asleep, but I think one of these brief dreams that I had is that I ended up finding the copy of Kirby Squeak Squad for the DS that my sister used to have when we were kids, like 10 years ago, and I remember that game was really fun too. It was really easy even back then for us, but I remember that it was really fun, and it was, I mean, basically a Kirby game in the style like of the originals of the classics, but of course, you had more abilities and that shit, and it was platforming and it was 2D side scrolling. And it was a lot of fun, and I feel like that's a game one of the Kirby games that doesn't really get talked about all that often.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys ever
Oh,
played it?
surprisingly enough, that game, cause I don't know, I really like that game too. I've asked around, I've had several friends, and I've asked them about that game, cause I was like, oh man, that one's great, and they're like, I didn't like it. I'm like, fuck. Apparently, it's an unpopular opinion to actually really like that game, and I don't know why.
But why?
It's honestly surprising.
Why unpopular? Why would they think that game's bad? I mean, besides maybe the criticism
because it's mostly the whole little stomach mechanic thing, which I don't know. I thought was cool. They said that the levels were too short, too easy, and that the level design was weird or something. And I don't know. It's just a bunch of complaints. So I was like, I never noticed that. I thought the game was fucking fun, and I've heard this from at least 10 different people. They all were like, no, it's not the best. Honestly, they're it's kind of bad. And I'm like, wow, that's actually, what the fuck? That game's fun to me. I don't know. Honestly, the fucking music that plays when the Squeak Squad's after you, oh man.
I kind of hear that about a lot of games though. When I remember Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. The first one was amazing. The blue red, those rescue teams and all of those are amazing. But I realized as I played the newer version, the one that came out on the 3DS, I didn't like it as much because it seemed more childish in a way. It didn't seem like the topics that were discussed in it were as I guess deep of a level. And I'm like, am I just getting older or what? But since that,
they also got to remember that their target audience is for kids. So
yeah. But so and I'm just maybe that could apply to that game itself, but it's 10 years old, right? So it should at least have, I don't know. I'm not sure if that would apply to that game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's kind of like with the newer Pokemon games. There's a little bit more of a childish theme to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it almost seems like the games are getting easier.
Yeah,
I haven't been into Pokemon as much as I used to be. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe it's just me.
No, that's probably why.
Pokédexes and shit. I did with a few games, and then it's just ridiculous now because all I can do is just beat the story and I'm done. I don't even feel like I
yeah, exactly.
That's why I'm still in trainer school in Pokemon Moon.
Do something cool that you wanted to do.
Yeah,
but now the idea is just
I'm with you guys on all of that because in the past two main games there have been 2 or 3 actually Ultra Sun and Moon, and then Sun and Moon, and then X and Y. There's been a lot of hand holding, and although the games get more impressive technically, with the passing years, yeah, that's certainly a criticism to agree with, and there's also that in X and Y at least you could still train Pokemon after it, and there were a couple of good spots in which you could do that. The restaurants, you could go to the what the hell was it called, the Battle Chateau, and you could fight the gym leaders there, and you could fight all the other people. You could get a ton of money and buy a crap ton of items that you needed to enhance your team, and actually if you wanted to play competitive you could. I tried to get into that, but I couldn't because I realized with Y that I am just a shit tactician. My strategy is the worst, and I'm gonna get my ass beat 95% of the time, no matter what I try. So I gave up on that after a while. Although training all those teams was fun. I put over 700 hours into Y, which is ridiculous.
Put in 300, which is not as much, but damn.
I think X and Y were the last game. I think X and Y was the last series that I actually thoroughly played out fully.
Yeah, I agree, because like with Pokemon Sun, I finished it in like 2.5 days, but I was also playing it constantly. But it still took me forever to finish Y, especially with like all the running around that we had to do and everything. With Sun, you just had to go from point A to point B to point C, and it just kept going in a straight line. You didn't have to like go back to any of the islands or anything.
I think the last Pokemon game that really did it for me was Black 2. I played that thing for like 72 hours, and like I played it like for in a 1 week. I got like 72 hours. That shit was fucking insane.
I didn't enjoy. Not that I enjoy. I just didn't put as much time into Black and White. I feel like
I didn't play Black 1 or White 1. I played Black 2. That's it.
I feel like for whatever reason to me, Black and White, like the Pokemon in that series, they seemed a lot more foreign to me than the one in like X and Y.
I felt the same way, but only with X and Y, so backwards, I guess.
I think maybe it's the art style, because it was a lot. I don't know. I know like the art style is different. You know, like the X and Y and like Sun and Moon are completely different from the ones before, because they're all like more 3D. But I felt like compared to like before that, Black and White, like that art style was a lot different compared to the previous Pokemon games. I don't know why. I don't know how to explain it.
No, I get you because
I get what you mean.
Yeah, I've never played.
Oh yeah, Black and White introduced like the fucking characters actually moving, or at least move like a small moving animation.
Yeah.
And like we were so used to just them standing still.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask this question, because I'm asking myself this, and I feel like I already know the answer to it. Am I the only one in here that's never played any of the Black and White games?
I haven't.
Oh, okay, cool. So I'm not alone.
I haven't played it enough. Actually, I don't know. It's been so long. I played it though.
I never played them.
Me and John just skipped over them. John and I just skipped over the first Black and White and went straight to Black and White 2, and those games are fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Well, why did you guys skip the first games?
It was good that we did. I have no Black 2 out of nowhere, and then I got it too because he had it, so we were like, oh, so we could play with each other. And like 2 years later down the line, I got the first Black because I was like, I never played it before. And I don't know what the fuck it was. I just couldn't play it.
Yeah, no, really. It was weird as fuck. It wasn't.
I don't know what it was. I just couldn't get into it. I don't know. Black and White 2, though, those games were fucking amazing. They were like countless hours of just. You could do so much. It was like lightly. I don't know. It was like nothing compared to Soul Silver, in my opinion. But it's like.
Yeah, Soul Silver and Heart Gold are like damn, I remember. Well, even to this day, right? Because Pokemon games never die. People still talk about them all the time, and they're never forgotten, especially the core games. Just because they tend to be really good. Even if that's changed a bit over these past couple of years. I have Soul Silver as well, and that game was freaking amazing, and I really enjoyed it. And I remember, I don't remember. No, I played Soul Silver after I played after I replayed Gold and Silver for Game Boy, after not playing them since I was like a toddler, and a few years ago. And I remember when I replayed Gold and Silver, like when I was in high school, I kept on thinking, once I went to back to what the fuck was Kanto, the region. I was gonna say Ho, and I'm like, wait, no, that's fucking Silver. Oh, Sapphire and Ruby. Once I went back, I went back to the Kanto region, and I would listen to the remixed versions of the town themes and the route themes and stuff, and I would think, man, like I thought the originals were really good, and these may actually be better, or if they're not better, they're at least equal to the originals. And then I played Soul Silver a couple years after that, and I heard the new remix versions of those, and I'm like, wow. And I thought those tracks couldn't get better. And I think for me, the best part of Soul Silver might have actually been the music that I enjoyed the most.
I loved how you could actually fucking put the retro music, man. Like, once you beat the game and shit, and I forget where you go, you fucking unlock this one option that lets you play with, like, the old retro music from the fucking game, and it sounds like if you were playing, like, the Game Boy version.
Yeah.
So would it play the Lavender Town original?
Oh, I don't think so. I think they fucking censored that shit.
I think they did.
Wouldn't be surprised.
I didn't even remember.
similar.
I didn't even remember that was a feature in the game where you could play the Game Boy tunes. I had completely forgotten about that because it's been a good little handful of years since I played that game.
It's been a while. It's been since like 2012 since I actually beat the game and like kept playing it.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was 2011. Holy fuck!
7 years ago.
Damn,
Jesus
man.
Fuck,
God.
I'm an old.
That makes me feel old. Yeah, for sure.
holy fuck, you're old now.
What something that I keep speaking of feeling old. Something that I think about that's been crossing my mind a lot these past number of weeks is that, man, ever since like Christmas 2007, I've felt that every year just passes by a bit faster than the previous year, and something that I've constantly been thinking about lately is, man, I feel like I've been thinking my entire life that when I think of the 90s and all the stuff that I enjoy from that time, shows, movies, games, when I think to that time, I think, okay, the 90s was 20 years ago or like 15 years ago, and right now we're in 2018. And when 2020 hits, we're gonna be saying, "Holy crap! 1990 was 30 fucking years ago," and it blows my fucking mind because I don't know. In my mind, it still feels recent, but it's actually more time has passed than I feel it actually has. Anybody else feel that way?
Yeah, I've been noticing stuff like that too. Like, time just flies so much faster.
It's freaking crazy. I don't know. We're just getting older. Before we know it, we're all gonna be.
Well, it feels like yesterday was just January.
Yeah, it does actually. We're March is mostly over, and then we're gonna move on to April, and before we know it, we're gonna be in June, and we're gonna be melting. Well, at least I am here since I live over here in the desert, and when we get there, and before we know it, it's gonna be the end of the year, and we're gonna be in 2019.
We're gonna go Christmas shopping. Woo!
Oh my gosh, I don't want to start thinking about Christmas shopping. I'm just gonna not Christmas shop this year. Like, it'd be fair, if I don't need anything for Christmas, so I don't need to get you anything for Christmas. Therefore, it's even.
I'm gonna get you an ass eating machine for Christmas.
You're gonna give me what?
I said I was gonna get you an ass eating machine for Christmas.
No, thank you. I like that.
She doesn't need one. It's her brother.
Well, no, not here.
Yeah, he's
Not
fully
explaining that.
he's fully organic, and Bonnie, she prefers the organic stuff.
Non-GMO.
Yeah, non-GMO.
So are we gonna label this episode as "I'm gonna eat your ass"?
We could go there.
Do these episodes have titles because they shit?
UBG comeback. The ass return of the ass eating.
Give John the pants and let the rest take its course.
Yeah.
Okay. We've been playing a lot of PUBG lately. This entirety, like, everyone here has been playing so much PUBG. Like, they released a mobile version, right? And, I last I played PUBG was like a month back on console, and that game ran like shit. So they did a mobile port, and I was like, God, this game's gonna be garbage. But like, we've all been playing together, and honestly, it's super fucking fun. Holy shit!
It's a fuckload of fun, man. Like, especially with friends. Just mess around with each other.
For sure.
Oh man, it's great.
No,
When people don't get into the car when they're told to.
Oh yeah, when he doesn't get into when Sleeping Beauty doesn't get into the fucking car because he decides to be a retard over there in the corner, fucking like, oh, what's this dude? I'm gonna search this house even though we have 2 seconds.
Actually, it's no time at all. I checked it when. And if you don't live on the edge, then what's the point of living?
Oh, what's the point of living if you're dead? You shit.
I'm not sure that makes sense. Yeah, so we've all been blown away by this incredibly stable port of PUBG, and Bree was a person that doubted it at first, and I was curious because when Jonathan was the first of us to get it. And as he said a moment ago, he thought, oh, okay, if I played the console port and a month ago and it was absolute shit, there's no doubt that this mobile port is gonna be garbage too. And then he played it, and what the hell were we doing, Javier? Were we just we were playing Black Ops, weren't we?
Yeah, we were playing Black Ops.
Yeah, we were playing multiplayer on Black Ops. Yeah, does anybody out there still play that? Yeah, we do. Anyway. Oh, we might not anymore now that we're so hooked on PUBG. Who knows? But we were playing Black Ops, and Jonathan was the first one to get it. And the 3 of us were in a call together, and Jonathan kept on going on about how, man, this is absolute shit. Man, this is absolute shit. Man, this is absolute shit. And so it piqued my curiosity because I'm like, man, he says this mobile port of PUBG. Is absolute shit. I gotta check it out just because there's something that hooks you in about games that are shit, and you're like, okay, if people say it's this shitty, you just gotta go and see it for yourself. And then he said, oh, and the app is free. So I'm like, okay, if it's free, then I have nothing to lose but a bit of my time and some of my own personal credibility. And so I got it and I downloaded it while we were still playing Black Ops, and then we got off, we tried it, and we played a couple of games, and at first we were like, man, okay, yeah, it's pretty stable. We're surprised it works as well as it does, but the controls are pretty shitty because we're playing on a screen. And then Jonathan and Javier were saying, man, we're playing on phones, so all the little icons on the screen that function as the controls are fucking tiny, and we would keep switching items, or we would keep on shooting bullets accidentally and giving our position away to other people. But after a good handful of games and staying up until like 2 or 3 in the morning, even though they had school, and they had to get up really early.
Oh my god! 1 game or 2 escalated to like fucking 6 or 7.
Was it only 6 or 7?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because like. The games, like each game is like 20 minutes long.
Yeah, you're
last to like the top 20.
You're probably right because I feel like I don't know. I assumed we had played like twice that amount because it felt like we played forever. And then yesterday too, when we were actually all playing, except for Bonnie because she just got it today. But when we were playing yesterday, when we played for God knows how many freaking hours, that felt eternal too.
We fucking chicken dinner.
Yeah, we got a chicken dinner. And now that you mentioned that, remember I told you guys that I took a screenshot of it. I haven't put it on Instagram yet, and I should, because UBG does have an Instagram account. So if you guys are interested, Unlimited Bits Gaming on Instagram, because why not? And then Javier and Jonathan also have Instagram. So I don't know, I'll put this in the description of the video or something in case anybody actually listens.
My Instagram is Ass Eaters.
I'm pretty sure.
UBG Ass Eaters.
Isn't that Bonnie's brother's Snapchat name or something?
Oh gosh.
Wouldn't surprise
No.
He took the original name Ass Eaters. That's why we're UBG Ass Eaters.
You never should have told him, Devoni. Never.
You should have never told him.
Well, she did.
I don't know.
Now you deal with the burden.
I have a feeling of the
Well,
title.
that's what we're talking about.
I have a feeling of the title of this episode is going to be something like, I don't know, the podcast is back to steal your pants and eat your ass or something like that.
Perfect.
Yeah, in the fucking description.
There we go.
You better smash that motherfucking like button.
Yeah.
Subscribe to Ass Eating Daily.
And if you don't, John's gonna come steal your
pictures. You better smash that motherfucking like button like you eat ass.
I am all for that.
Oh, good lord.
Steal your fucking best. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, let's be real, guys. If I don't wear pants in that game, I've explained this before, because if it isn't from someone else, it isn't because you take it from someone else, what the fuck is the point? The most embarrassing thing you can do to someone in that game is take their pants. That's it. That's all you have to do. Take their fucking pants, and you have asserted your dominance. I'm taking your fucking pants. Do you know why you don't have pants? Because I took them.
Well, I mean, they just turn into a box after they die, so it's not like you can really see.
No, I'm taking their pants.
Okay.
It's not just a corpse. It's a box. Wouldn't it be nice?
I am really excited, though, that like the controls with PUBG is a lot easier than I thought it would have been. Because I thought that with it being on such a small screen, that it would have been a total pain in the ass to try and play.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I still make slip-ups every now and then because I have, like, fat fingers, but that's my problem. So, but still, it's nice to see that the controls are really easy and simple to follow.
Yes, it is. Somehow, some way, they put the time, they put the money in, they put the effort, and they release something that actually works way better than it has any right to be. Which is amazing.
Yeah, and it definitely paid off because it has great reviews on the Google Play Store, and there's always people playing. So,
yes, there is, and as Jonathan and Javier mentioned, that port only released a couple of days ago, and there's over 5 million downloads already. So, if that didn't indicate that, hey, the game's a hit, I don't know what will. Now there's silence.
very true.
All right. Now, since we're still talking PUBG, let me ask you guys a question. Are we playing PUBG after we're done recording?
Yeah,
we are.
Of course.
All right, you guys are gonna let me down. All right, well, that's good to know. All right, so I'm gonna post that screenshot that I mentioned on Instagram. And hey, I know Bree doesn't use social media. She doesn't have a Facebook. She doesn't use Instagram or Twitter or any of that shit.
I'm a hermit.
Yeah.
I live under a rock.
No, yeah, you're more of a. I thought I was a hermit, and then I met you, and I thought, you know what, maybe I'm not as bad as I thought I was. And
wow, man, you just crushed my ego there.
This is why they divorced.
I don't know. I'm just calling it like I see it.
God.
So Bree's out of the question in that regard. I don't know about Bonnie because I know she's in a lot of places, but I don't know what places she's actually on often.
Yeah, she's all over the place.
Yeah,
I've been a lot of places, man.
She says it.
I've been all over the block.
Don't ask about Vegas.
What did you say?
Bonnie, you haven't picked us up yet.
I'll be there soon. I'm just getting gas.
Okay.
I thought you said you were getting ass. I'm like, oh, we're going back to the ass talk again.
No.
I'm like, oh, so there's a real reason Ralph went away.
Oh God.
Gross.
All right. Well, anyway, I think this comeback episode has been really good. We already have the name of the episode, so that's good. Is there anything else?
Of course.
Like I mentioned at the beginning of this
Subscribe,
thing.
take your fucking pants.
Yeah.
No need to be aggressive.
Smash that motherfucking like button.
You guys, it's not a fucking threat, it's a promise. Get your ass on that subscribe button or Bonnie will eat it.
Oh God.
I'm a vegetarian. Thank you very much.
It's
Hey,
all
you don't
natural.
know.
Eat vegan assholes.
It's all natural. It's organic.
It's made in a natural environment.
Yeah.
Locally sourced.
Oh God.
Zero waste.
That's all it is.
Eco-friendly
Waste.
packaging.
Oh, good Lord.
It's all good stuff. All right, like I mentioned, I want to say real quick. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this thing, it used to be that the plan was for this thing to go an hour long, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that reach that time anymore. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about, or do we end it right here?
Can we talk about Smash?
Well, I suppose we can. If you guys want to talk about Smash.
Yes. Oh my God. How the fuck did I forget? Look, you guys. All right, come on. Let's be real here.
Forgot because of
Let's be real here. Come on.
I got invited to the invitation.
Come on, please. Oh my fucking God.
I'm so ready for Waluigi to be in this game. So ready.
Waluigi's gonna be in it?
Pinball. No. My God, you do live under a rock.
See, I was getting excited.
I'm ready for Waluigi to get his own game, Waluigi and pinball, but you know what? We're not getting that, so Waluigi's not getting in the fucking game.
Oh.
Yeah, we actually.
You got Inklings?
Yeah, he's too busy.
Yeah. Jonathan is the one that actually brought that up a couple of days back when when Javier, him and I played Mario Kart 7 on 3DS, and because I kept on choosing the Waluigi pinball track over and over and over again, and we played like 20 fucking races before I actually, Oh wait, did we actually ever play on Waluigi pinball?
We did once.
No, we didn't.
We didn't, huh? I was gonna say that we did, but no, we didn't. And then Jonathan pointed out that hey, why is there a track called Waluigi Pinball, and why is it pinball based when we've never gotten a game that was a pinball game based on Waluigi? Oh, and we
did play on it. It was like one of the first fucking stages we played on, though.
Was it?
Yeah, it wasn't when I was there.
Oh shit! Yeah, huh? You weren't there because you were about to join.
God damn it!
Oh,
well, Jonathan pointed out that there's no Waluigi pinball game, at least not that any of us know about, and now we're thinking, okay, well, I'm thinking anyway, okay, maybe Waluigi doesn't have his own standalone series of games yet, but the man's doing pretty well for himself because I don't know, he's got to be getting those royalty checks or something, because if the man is into like gambling or casinos and shit, and or just pinball machines. He's got to be doing pretty good for himself.
If Wario can get his own games, then Waluigi can too.
I wouldn't put it.
Okay,
Nintendo.
Wario his own game.
That's like saying if Peach can get her own game, Daisy's gonna get her own game because Peach has already had her own game.
Do you know how long it took for Luigi to get a game? Okay, then I'm multiply it by how long it's taken for Wario to get a game.
Actually, I'm gonna counter that because it didn't take too long. It took a lot longer than you might think for Luigi to get his own game, because I don't know if you've heard about it, but there's this game from back in the day called Mario is Missing, and
that's true.
It was on Super Nintendo.
Oh, are you talking
the RPG?
Well, if you can call it that. I remember it was like an
No, it's the education game, right?
Yeah, it's an education.
Okay, no one cares about education.
That one's stupid.
So did Luigi actually get a game?
Yeah, so
Luigi, that one doesn't count.
So Luigi actually got his own game like 25 fucking years ago. It's just that nobody bought it because, who wants to learn?
Stupid.
Nobody plays.
What did you just say about Luigi's Mansion?
No, the educational one. Where's Mario? Or Mario's Missing.
What are you talking about? That's the best game in the world.
Yeah, you
Mario's
can
Missing?
stop now.
Yes, dude. I want a remake of that game.
On the Switch.
You guys will be looking at the damn fucking cover for this game, and it just says a geography learning adventure that's way cool. Oh, you know that fucking name.
Wait a minute. Was that a dig? Was that a dig at Sonic? Were they trying to, get sued or something? Because I thought Sonic was the cool, edgy guy back at that time.
Sonic says do drugs.
Oh God, no, he doesn't.
Hey kids, don't eat ass.
Sonic says eat ass and steal pants.
Eat ass.
Good boy. Now we got a ringtone.
Here's another thing I had completely forgotten about. Sonic Mania Plus.
Oh wait, plus.
That's something.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, okay, here's the thing. So, yeah, they're well, if you have the game, you can pay for an update or whatever, or you can just buy the package version that they're selling now, which is cool. And apparently they're adding a new mode. The competition mode is now 4 players and 2 playable characters. What the fuck, Fly? Oh my god. Mighty the Armadillo and Ray the Flying Squirrel.
Seriously?
So, holy shit. Yeah, really. Fucking, oh my god.
Wow. I didn't know that. I remember you mentioned a couple of days ago, hey, that Sonic Mania is getting, DLC or whatever, and I'm like, that's awesome. Wait, is it DLC or is it just like a deluxe version of sorts?
It's if you have the game, then you can just pay for it, so it's pretty much DLC, but it's also you can just buy the game, like they're selling it on its own, like Sonic Mania, the definitive version, supposedly. It comes out during summer, so.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. Yeah, I actually haven't read or watched anything about that. But now that you're telling us about it, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Because you can never have too much 2D Sonic. 2D Sonic is good.
Oh, yeah, man. And they announced some racing game that apparently isn't a sequel to anything that they've released before. And it had the R, like Sonic R, but apparently it's not a sequel, so I'm confused.
Maybe they're rebooting the series. Dude,
you know what?
I would be so down for that. Have the fucking Sonic characters just run without vehicles, except for maybe Amy if they're, they were to remake, old school Amy, with the little red car, like in the game. That would be. I would be so down for that, dude. I would want to purchase that. Like, I swear to God, I would, and I know you guys would too, because you guys, are very fond of that game. As you used to tell me not too long ago.
Oh, yeah.
And you know all the tracks.
I'm totally down for that.
Have you, Bonnie and Bree, have you guys ever seen anything about Sonic R?
I've seen, maybe something about it, but I didn't really look into it.
Yeah, it was a game that was originally released on the Sega Saturn, and, most of the characters just run as opposed to being in a vehicle. And Amy was the only... Yeah, Amy and Robotnik were the only ones that had...
Amy's in a fucking car and so is Eggman, basically.
That'd be me too. My lazy ass wouldn't want to fucking run. I'm getting a fucking taxi, excuse me.
They're also the worst characters in the game, so...
Sonic. The Hedgehog, we got... Did you guys know that Tails, his name, Miles per Hour, is Miles per Hour? Oh my god. Are you being serious?
Yeah, I already knew that. I don't know about the rest of you, but that was always clear to me.
I mean, was that not obvious?
I think it was pretty obvious. Yeah, I remember I first figured that out. I realized that like the first time I opened the game manual to Sonic Heroes when I was a kid, and there was a little info about the characters. And his name was there, and I read it in a little voice to myself, Miles Tails per Hour. I'm like, that's clever. You guys are so fucking funny. But yeah, that's cool. I liked it. I dug it. I've always liked that. It's a little spoof.
Hi, man. I'm excited. I hope they will show some gameplay for it. Oh, also, they're doing when Smash Wii U was announced or whatever, they were holding some invitational tournament to kind of just little tournament to hype up the game, and they're doing that for Smash Switch.
I got invited.
Oh yeah, you totally did it.
I'm there right now.
Why haven't you picked this up yet, Bonnie?
Yeah, I said you were at the pickup spot, so I charged you $5 for not being there, and I went on my own.
Fuck you.
Yeah, man. We'll call another Uber.
What you guys don't know is that...
Damn, girl.
What you guys don't know is that it actually already happened and I won it. So, sucks to be you guys.
No, he released... He's from the future, and he released the game already. And he won the tournament.
I stole the machine from Trunks. Have you guys... I've been trying to say this for the past 15 minutes. Have you guys realized that you guys said, oh, what about Smash? And we're like, oh yeah, Smash.
I was thinking about that, and then y'all went to Sonic.
Yeah, we
So
just
therefore, that means Amy confirmed for Smash 5.
Oh, dude. Oh, no. That's the last
Imagine
thing.
that, like, out of all of the people.
I would rather
Okay.
have Big the Cat than Amy in the fucking game.
No, but Amy's got her own theme, so she's better.
Actually, you know what? I take
Amy
that
the
back.
Rose.
You're right.
So does Big the Cat. Big the Cat has his own theme too. You dipshit.
Really? How does it
Amy's
go?
is better.
How does it go?
Wait, which one?
Big the Cats.
All right, here. You want me to send it in the chat?
I can just add it in the video when I put it together, if you want.
Okay, because it's honestly not bad.
Really? Well, I'll take your word for it, because when was it you, Javier, that first showed me the Amy Rose song a little while back?
Yeah, John fucking loves that song.
I
Yeah.
fucking hate that song.
Yeah, you gave me a YouTube link to it so I could listen to it, and I told you, wait a minute, so that's the little song that I heard when the official Sonic the Hedgehog Instagram shared like a little like clip of the meme, you know, the from a little while back of the floor is lava, and
Oh yeah.
and Sonic was floating, like classic Sonic was floating in the air, and he said, "Oh, the floor is Amy," and the Amy song was playing in the
Yeah.
background. Yeah, that was fucking funny. I didn't get
Oh,
it.
dude, seriously, the
Go ahead.
Twitter account, dude. The Twitter account, the social media, like the guy who does those, fucking Aaron Weber. Oh my god, he goes in like they got fans to make Big's Big Fishing Adventure like 3 as a fucking joke, and it's released. It's amazing. I don't even know, dude. But they were when they were announcing the Mania Plus thing, they were like, you know, just joking around. They're like, "Oh, we're proud to announce that Big's getting his next big game like 2085 or some shit like that." They fuck with people. It's great.
I didn't even know about that.
Oh yeah, no, dude. They fuck around. Like they have live streams and stuff, and they just, oh my god,
Wow.
it's funny.
You know what? I didn't know, but it doesn't surprise me. and here's a good question for you. I don't know if you or Javier have the answer to this, since you guys are very big fans of the Sonic the Hedgehog accounts. Is it one person that runs the accounts, or is there like a team behind? I assume it's a team, but I have no idea.
It's a team, but it's mostly one person. Like it's usually like it's a team, but he's like the main manager or whatever. He's the one mostly responsible for it. Yeah, I think he runs the account, but he has to get approval from other people and a bit of help. But he usually runs it, and he's the one that shows up to all the events.
Oh, that's pretty cool. You know what?
He just uses his position to fuck around. It's great.
You know what just came to mind? I don't know. I assume you guys saw it. You and Javier at least. A little while back, there was like this little series of clips that they shared, you know, to promote these new plushies that they came out with, and they were adorable as fuck. Like they would walk around,
yeah.
they would walk around like collecting rings and shit, or something like that. And I actually saw, and I saw the clips, and I'm like, oh my god, I want them. Like we already have too many fucking plushies. We don't know what to do with them. Like I have an Eevee right here to my left, on top of my guitar amp, and I have all the others. Most of the others like on like above my bed, because fucking hell, we don't know what to do with them. But I saw those and I thought, man, I want them. Like if it's a good thing they're not on sale anywhere nearby, because if they were, like, I'm not sure I'd be able to resist. And I actually saw one of those. It was a Sonic plushie and a Tails plushie at the swap meet a couple of weeks back. But I had to resist.
Oh, I would have gotten it.
I
would have gotten it. No fucking way I would have resisted.
I had to resist it. You remember I had that little one of a classic Sonic, little plushie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have it. It's still like my favorite one out of all the ones we have. And we have a shit ton. We have like 30 fucking plushies at least. And most of them are not mine. You know, they're mostly, most of them are Jasmine's, and like 2 or 3 of them are mine. But yeah. It's crazy. I had to give them a purpose.
Oh, it is crazy.
Well, with that said, would you guys believe me if I told you that we are almost at the hour mark?
Yes.
No stress. It's been an hour.
Right.
It's been an hour since we've been waiting for Javier to join.
An hour to wait and an hour to...
And I bet $50 that he wouldn't be here.
You were almost right.
Actually, no, you bet that he would get here at 5:30, but he didn't show up at 5:30.
Yeah.
So you owe us money.
You owe us? Yeah, you owe us money.
I'll take your pants as payment.
I'll tell you what.
That sounds good.
I'll tell you what though. I'll save you a little money, Bonnie. And instead of sending us $50 each, you can just send us like a bowl of lentils or something.
Sounds good.
All right.
I don't like lentils, so you can keep them.
Have you ever had lentils? Have you had the power of lentils? May the power of lentils compel you.
Probably in some kind of soup and
Then you can't say you don't like them if you've never tried them. You may never know. There might be the GMOs in your soup.
Oh, Bree, you're putting the Great Mighty Prue song in the fucking chat.
I've been thinking about Conker's Bad Fur Day for like the past 20 minutes. I can't
Isn't that like that game that's like meant for like adults?
Yes, and it's absolutely wonderful.
If you have not listened to that fucking song, like seriously, I had a friend, he made a mod pack for Smash Bros. Brawl, and he put that fucking song in one of the backgrounds, and it was amazing.
Oh my gosh, really? That's so cool.
Yeah.
Which song?
Oh yeah, no, that song. There's this one section like in Conker's Bad Fur Day where you fall into this giant cavern of fucking shit, and there's just this giant piece of shit who's fucking singing.
Yeah, the Great Mighty Pooh.
Yeah, the Great Mighty Pooh song.
Yeah. I am the great and mighty Pooh, and I'm going to throw my shit at you. Yeah, I know. It's fucking awesome, dude. I want to play that game someday because I've never played it. It looks fucking cool.
My neighbor used to have it, and then he gave away all of his N64 games
and ran it up my butt. Bro, this guy eats ass. So much that he's become it.
Goodness.
I just imagine like Bonnie walks down the street and she just sees someone. She's like, "Yo, this guy eats ass."
I definitely do that. I'd be like, man, he's definitely the person who wouldn't reciprocate oral sex, but would definitely get his ass eaten. It's an image I don't want to see. But you would totally watch, a dancing shit scene.
That's different. It's in a game. And it's funny.
So if what I just described was in a game, you'd watch it?
No. It has to be funny.
Okay, but what if there was like comic relief in that? Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Please do.
No, we're not gonna end this little podcast with ass eating. I am more than that. I've seen video clips of Conker's Bad Fur Day, and it was like some sort of like zombie scene.
Oh yeah,
I couldn't believe what I was
like
watching.
Vampire level.
And I was like, how did this get published as a game? Like it's
amazing.
It's so crazy.
It's awesome. Then there's like where you have to help a bee pollinate flowers.
Oh yeah, I just put this video.
Yeah, there's a sunflower with like huge boobs.
And someone out there.
I wonder how many kids came up and like bought this game not knowing what the hell it entailed.
Oh, everyone knew what it was. It was the parents that didn't know.
Yeah, because parents don't know how to read.
That bitch threw me out. What the fuck? Bruh, this game.
What game?
Holy shit, this game is like... How have I not... This game is whack.
There were less restrictions back then.
Yes, there were.
Apparently, Nintendo had a launch event for that game and gave out condoms.
Oh yeah, I read about that.
Oh yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Fucking amazing. They wouldn't do something like that today. The closest.
I don't know, with the Switch, they kind of opened it up
for like, I don't know, an app or something.
Yeah, the closest they've gone to repeating something like that in modern times is a few years ago when I believe Bayonetta 2 came out, and they had like a Playboy model or two, like cosplay as Bayonetta. But there wasn't any nudity. It was just them like in sexy poses or whatever. And I'm like, wow, Nintendo actually did that. That's surprising.
I can't believe this is a thing.
I also like
bad. I didn't know it was this bad.
It's not bad, and I also like the spin-off game Conker's. I think it's Live and Reloaded.
Oh no, that's a.
Wasn't it a remake?
They remade it. Yeah, it's a remaster, I guess, or whatever, or remake. But it's like they got rid of all the bad words and they censored it, and like it's I don't know. I think it's because of all the censoring that nobody really liked as much.
Yeah, it's not remembered fondly by most people because of all that.
Well, I remember it mostly as not like the remaster version of it, but like the mini game section for the war zone that you have to play through. I think it's one of the mini games.
Oh well,
It's been forever since I played it.
Well, anyway.
Yeah, hell, this fucking sunflower is asking for it.
Uh-huh.
And this was released when?
2001.
On the what?
On the N64, and I think it also came out on the original Xbox.
It was an
They made games until 2001 on the 64?
It was an extremely late game, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, you guys, we are a bit over the hour mark, and I wasn't sure if we were actually going to make it this far, but we did. So, all of you, pat yourselves on the back.
Congratulate.
Yeah, pat yourselves on the back until you break your back. And I think that
No, I gotta work tomorrow.
I think that we can end it here for the week, and the idea is to do this once a week. Sometimes in the future there's gonna be times where not everybody's gonna be able to join the call, but hey, that it is what it is because that's life. But I think that we all did a pretty good job, so we're gonna end it here, and until next week. We have a title for this thing. Who knows what title we're going to come up with next week. We talked a lot of stuff. We talked about Kirby. We talked PUBG. We talked Smash. We talked Mario. We talked Luigi, Waluigi, Mario Kart, Wario games. We talked a lot of stuff. So, Black Ops. So, Sonic. A lot of shit. Sonic Mania. So, you can't say that we didn't. And so, is there anything else you guys would like to say before we go?
Whoever is fucking watching this shit right now, if you're listening to this right now, fucking congratulations, man. Also, you should follow our Instagram, like he said in the bits. And also, if you did watch this shit, you should comment down. You are a true ass eater, and thank you for making it.
He just wants to know so he can track you down and get his ass eaten.
I didn't hear like
we're getting so demonetized.
I didn't hear like the first half of what you said, Javier, but then when your audio like came back full force, I just heard you say ass eater. And so there's something. Anyway, I think we should end this because I gotta edit this. I'm gonna edit this later on in the night after we all play PUBG, and I really want to play PUBG right now. I don't know about you guys. We got this hour in. We made it. Man. So again, everybody, pat yourselves on the back, and I guess we'll see you all here next week.
We'll see you next week, people. I love you.
Yeah.
Woo. I'll be here all week.
Thank you for tuning in to the Unlimited Bits podcast, the UBP of the UBG, which drops every Saturday to help you start your weekend off right. If you enjoyed this episode, we suggest giving it a like, which helps bring more eyes to the channel, and subscribe for more original content just like this. There is more in the works, such as video game reviews, talk of recent news in the gaming industry, and more. And if the UBG YouTube fix isn't enough, check out the channel's Instagram at Unlimited Bits Gaming for more gaming content. If you're a Skyrim fan, there's a Skyrim satire account as well that's run by yours truly at Province Guard, in which a Skyrim guard shares his experiences while on duty. It's good stuff, trust me. And last but not least, you can also check out Javier and Jonathan on Instagram at Javi281200 and at Kuro_flowers, respectively. That's all for this week, so until we see you here next week, remember to always collect all coins, puzzle pieces, orbs, power-ups, and other items out there in the wild that'll make your life better and give you extra lives for those hard times in which you really need them. But until then, I am Juan, and for myself and the rest of the gang, we'll catch your ass here next week.